So Digital Harry could have stopped it all right there and then. But no. That's because he doesn't know the significance of the Mule. Come on, he just effortlessly conquered New Terminus. He's obviously a major threat. I think the realization that Gil was working behind his digital back pissed him right off. You know, what I find interesting is that in trying to contain the Mule, Gale did everything to make him the threat she foresaw.
Talk about predestination!
And yet there's no feeling of remorse from her, just her trying to justify her actions and claiming to be a victim of circumstances. I don't think she works well on her own. She shouldn't have come out from behind Harry's shadow.
Or it was preordained no matter what she did.
Oh no, she definitely made it happen. She manipulated Dawn to make Empire vulnerable. She undermined the entire power in the galaxy. She has influence, I'll grant you that, but she's been reckless with it.
As reckless as Digital Harry letting the Mule live.
Every character is flawed, it seems.
Meanwhile, we have political machinations aplenty, as other powers orbiting Empire just want to give the Mule Trantor, to the dismay of Dusk.
Yeah, he wasn't too pleased about that.
Something that's feeding his growing paranoia and desire to live beyond his prescribed time.
I think that's reinforced when he learned from Demoiselle how Dawn died betraying Empire.
Not willingly, mind.
Does it make a difference how you become a traitor?
I suppose not, and the big reveal this episode is the fact he survived.
I don't know about you, but it didn't feel like too much of a surprise to me. What I don't get, though, is how did the Mule find him? He was drifting over a completely different planet than the one the Mule had originally conquered and was heading to. Plus, how and why did Dawn's nanites stop working? It really doesn't make sense.
No, I agree it doesn't, nor is Beta's seemingly more self-assured personality.
But she could be controlled by the Mule.
You're right, she could. And meanwhile, Dave faces trial for his ancestors' destruction of the robots.
Looks like your guess that Sunmaster 18 was somehow related to the escaped Dave from last season was wrong. Yeah, it was a bit foolish of me to think that. Not everything has to be connected to the Cleons. You win some, you lose some. Although, judging from his behavior, I guess it makes little difference.
It wasn't too surprising that the leader of a cult of dead robots would not want to reveal the fact the one they worship was alive and well. Those in power don't let go of it easily.
There always comes a time in the life of a leader when they have to choose between truth and power. Hardly any of them ever choose truth.
After the action-packed invasion of New Terminus last episode, this one settles down into more political machinations. Dusk is trying to keep his crumbling empire together, and may end up doing something rash by season's end.
With Demoiselle by his side, enter the Nova Kula.
The Nova Kula?
This universe's version of the Death Star GG, which Dusk somehow managed to build without Demoiselle's knowledge, which, considering how the Cleons are constantly monitored, it seems impossible.
Dusk was surprised himself by that highly improbable revelation. Meanwhile, Dave's trial was very interesting from the point of view of world building, but at the same time, it really felt like he came to watch a play organized by the local Amdrams.
Yeah, what was all that mind-dancing reinterpretation of the past performance all about?
It was pretty weird, wasn't it? And what we learned added yet another wrinkle to the tragedy that is Demoiselle, as her lullaby is the song robots used to connect together. And she has no one to connect to.
I did enjoy the fact the cult leader doesn't want his beliefs to be confirmed. And speaking of beliefs, Demoiselle no longer is a Luminist.
Is it any surprise after that religion stuck the knife in and sided with those who wish to give Trantor away to destroy Empire?
Destroy Empire in order to save it. That's the extreme in appeasement. Kind of like Europe constantly appeasing Hitler with more and more concessions to try and avoid an inevitable war. How did that work out for them, eh?
I must confess to being quite annoyed by the start of the episode. The Mule could have so easily been killed right there, and the crisis would have been averted.
Never underestimate digital arrogance.
Yeah, but Digital Harry's power lies near his obelisk, and the Mule would be a fool to venture near it again. So how's Harry going to get the info he seeks from him now? It's just like last episode when Pritchard tried to shoot him and his gun failed.
This happening 2 episodes back to back feels a little too repetitive.
Oh, the Mule can't be defeated just yet. There's still 2 more episodes to go. That's often the problem with serialized storytelling. As it stands, this chapter was interesting from the point of view of world building, but a lot of what happened didn't really make that much sense, narratively speaking.
Too many conveniences and lucky discoveries for my liking.
And me. There are some good moments, but it felt like the story was being drawn out to make it fit the required number of episodes.
Never a good thing.
So with that, I'm awarding Skinning the Game 2 paws. But tell me, what did you think of this episode? Share your thoughts in the comments, and if you like what we do,
and how we do it,
and you feel you'd like to help us out,
please consider joining our Patreon.
Well, as long as you can afford it, of course.
We'll leave a link to it in the description and pinned comment.
Thanks for watching. See you all next time, and until then, live long,
and the truth is out there.
Meanwhile, we have political machinations aplenty, as other powers orbiting Empire just want to give the Mule to... No, the other way around.